High-end market becomes more and more sophisticated, and people are used to travel all over the world, and they can compare, and they are tending to go back to the more traditional, more luxury pieces of the world they knew from before. So they've seen the modern hotels in Dubai, they've seen all the new beautiful resorts with a lot of pools and a lot of quality, but they start to realize the quality of the old-fashioned, how should I say, very sophisticated destinations of Europe, where all Asian and people come from all over the world to see how beautiful it is. So by this way, our clients start to rediscover countries like Italy, Spain, Portugal, France. They try to rediscover this beautiful palace hotels like Italy have, this traditional hospitality that is not over-commercialized and has this very nice charm. And they want to experience quality, relaxed, good life, and do this in a nice area. And they want more experience and not just a luxury environment, but a country where they have good food in restaurants, where they can go to a terrace and enjoy the evening, and have more adventurous ways of travel, doing some sports, hiking, cycling, nature. Particularly the younger generation, they want variety. They don't go to like 1 week a beach and just lying down in the sun. That's finished. So they enjoy a pool and they go to the beach, but they want more. So that's why Europe offers a lot. Other countries, they have beautiful resort, but sometimes in the middle of the desert, and then you go out and there's nothing. Europe, Southern Europe has a nice climate, it's mild, it's nice, so that's what's happening. People want a personal approach, and they start to discover the difference between an artificial welcome, an artificial hospitality where people are trained to say hello, but don't do it from the heart because they have been told. And this sometimes in big hotel chains and in big worldwide it's the case. It's okay, but it's cold. And people want this where people really are interested in the person coming to the country and to the hotel, and that's why smaller hotels, family owned, are doing better in general, because the management wants to have a loyal client and not somebody who's there for a few days and they're gone and then another one. So this is an art that is mastered very well in Southern Europe, particularly in countries like Italy, where the boss is still around, you know, where the family business, and this is what people appreciate more and more, because their life in general is very standardized. They have to work on computers all the time. They again need this personal touch when they're on a holiday. They want to be pampered by people. And this is what they're looking for, and not very efficient things. That's for business travel. But for leisure and for enjoy and for discovering a country, people want that they are recognized and not treated as everybody, but treated because they have a kind of personality. And the people are interested in their personality. And then it grows like a host and guest relation, which is really good. People want a personal approach, and they start to discover the difference between an artificial welcome, an artificial hospitality where people are trained to say hello, but don't do it from the heart because they have been told. And this sometimes in big hotel chains and in big worldwide it's the case. It's okay, but it's cold. And people want this where people really are interested in the person coming to the country and to the hotel, and that's why smaller hotels, family owned, are doing better in general, because the management wants to have a loyal client and not somebody who's there for a few days and they're gone and then another one. So this is an art that is mastered very well in Southern Europe, particularly in countries like Italy, where the boss is still around, you know, where the family business, and this is what people appreciate more and more, because their life in general is very standardized. They have to work on computers all the time. They again need this personal touch when they're on a holiday. They want to be pampered by people. And this is what they're looking for, and not very efficient things. That's for business travel. But for leisure and for enjoy and for discovering a country, people want that they are recognized and not treated as everybody, but treated because they have a kind of personality. And the people are interested in the personality. And then it goes like a host and guest relation, which is really good.
And Ivo, yes, the tourism increase in all Europe, also in Italy, but a lot of places, a lot of hotels have a problem of the low season. Yeah, the closing low season.
Yes, Giancarlo. This is something, it's like a circle you get in. If you're closed, people don't come, obviously. So the first thing is to open, and every example proves that it works. I give the example of Venice. It was closed in winter 40 years ago. Hotels were closing for months. And then they started to open, and now it's very popular in the winter weekends. You cannot find a room. It's always packed.
Yes, and is a high-end...
high-end, you can have a bit more reasonable rates. And then the real interested traveler comes, because they want to travel when they can visit places and not being squeezed into masses of people. Same with Tuscany. In the summer, it's the holiday, it's very busy, and people that want to enjoy the country, they want to come out of this time. And when you say people that want to come in November, and you say everything will be closed to shop, then they are not interested anymore. So it's something that should be promoted also by the authorities, and say, push people to open and to start with, and it will turn into something that grows step by step. But you cannot expect immediate effect if you open once that it will be packed. It takes some time, but it's really worth doing it. There are a lot of examples out of Italy. Look at Scotland, look at Holland. All hotels are open all year round, and their climate is much worse.
Yeah.
But people
also the light of the day is short.
But it's short, but even the winter light can be beautiful. People go to the north of Lapland where it's completely dark, but you have the northern lights. Yeah. So everything is full. Because they discover that people want atmosphere. People want to be in Italy, but also like in winter, coming into a nice restaurant where there's a fire, where people are enjoying, it's warm inside. They do a walk in the day, it might be cold and raining, but then you see the nature at its best. It's beautiful. Nature is beautiful in every season, and people are, and this is true that for that matter, Italy is not as good as Spain or Portugal. I mean, they stretch their season longer. They can balance much more with their infrastructure, because being open longer, they can have more revenue also out of season, so they don't have to overcharge in season. So it's something that should be given a chance. Quality travelers want just this time of year to come, to go to museum, a little bit less people, you know, all this kind of thing. And it can be helped promoted by the tourist board, and by, for example, giving a reduction on entrances, or like giving a pass and say you can go for a fixed amount and you can visit all museums in a certain time of year to promote this tourism. So I think it's something that really should be promoted, and it, you know, we sometimes really have to refuse people. They want to come, like in the Eastern holiday, and some Italian hotels are not open, even hotels on the coast. I said, okay, you could be full, but also another thing is that there are much more additional flight connections in winter too. So to Florence, to Pisa, to Rome, to whatever. So people can get there very easy for a long weekend or for a few days. And then the tourist industry should act faster, definitely. you can talk that you have clients in February, but please open your hotel for me, not for me alone, but then it starts. And then these hotel people, they might say, okay, a lot of people say the same, I might consider it. Why should I open a few weeks earlier and see what's happening? You know, and it's not, the thing is, Italian is a very nice country and sticks to its traditions, which is good, but it sticks a bit too much to habits, because when I talked about extending the opening time, some hotels said, oh, but we never did it. That's not a reason. You should, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They never did it, and it's a tradition, and they might have some things to arrange with staff, but then you should do it, and not say, oh, we never did it. No, we never did it. That's the point. People didn't go on a holiday in November 50 years ago, but now they do.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Now
The travel times are changing. Also, more international markets like Southeast Asia, they don't care. They can come November. They come in November. I mean, it's very different. The world is changing, and you have to be open to these changes, and not say 50 years ago nobody came in that time of the year to our country. It's changed. People travel all the time, everywhere.